Hassan, he too is challenging Kelly Ayotte for U.S. Senate, but Jim Rubens is doing it in the Republican primary, and he's our next guest this morning. Mr. Rubens, good to see you.
Good morning.
How's everything going in the campaign?
It is going great. I've been to dozens of GOP grassroots events over the past couple of months, and what I'm hearing from these folks is they feel completely betrayed by Kelly Ayotte. She gave her word, and then she...
In what areas?
In many areas. She went to Washington. She started collecting millions of dollars from Washington lobbyists. She went on K Street skiing junkets with more lobbyists, and she promised no amnesty. She promised to seal the border, and then she went ahead, got to Washington again, and voted for the Gang of Eight open borders amnesty bill. And we're seeing across this open border drug mules, criminals, terrorists coming across the border, and the middle class wages are being hurt by this. She promised to be a fiscal conservative and then went ahead and voted for trillions of dollars of added debt. And our military leaders have told us that this debt is the #1 threat to U.S. national security.
You say the masses are angry with Senator Kelly. Her favorability, though, still good.
Well, they're claiming. You see, her unfavorability is at the record level ever. She's fallen behind Maggie Hassan in the election now in a head-to-head, and Republicans, are waking up to the fact that she will lose the general election. And I'm providing a choice for voters right here in this primary on September 13th for a candidate that is expanding the party. I'm not trying to kick conservatives and libertarians and Trump voters out of the party. I'm expanding the party. I want these folks inside the party, and this is a far better approach to winning the general election against Maggie Hassan than going Washington and voting with lobbyists.
What do you make of a lot of people point to the Supreme Court controversy and the stalemate there as a reason for that her favorabilities have taken a dip? A lot of Republicans are feeling the heat who wanted to wait until after this election to hear about the president's nominee. So what do you think? Was that a mistake, or if you're in the Senate, you think you'd?
Well, this fellow Garland that President Obama has nominated is not trustworthy on the Bill of Rights. He's anti-Second Amendment. He's anti-individual right to keep and bear arms. That's unacceptable.
What would you
and the leadership of the Senate can't trust people like Kelly Ayotte, and this is why they don't want to give them a chance to vote no on this person, because leadership in the Republican Party sees Kelly Ayotte's broken promises on the base and don't trust her in the lame duck session. And are therefore taking this approach.
I don't understand when you say don't trust her to vote no on the president nominee.
She'll fold. She voted for Loretta Lynch for Attorney General. Loretta Lynch promised during testimony. She said that I back executive amnesty. And Kelly Ayotte voted for her anyway. Kelly Ayotte said she would have voted for Sonia Sotomayor.
All right, let's talk about your policies there. This week you laid out your plan for foreign policy in terms of national security and economy. Kind of give us broad strokes.
Well, once again, Kelly Ayotte has become a cheerleader for Hillary Clinton's strategy of failed nation-building wars. These wars have led to terrorists, ISIS being operative in 8 countries, more chaos throughout the Middle East, tens of thousands of refugees, and Americans at home are less safe. So I'm proposing we take a different approach. First of all, we've got to secure the border. Again, I differ with Kelly Ayotte on her open borders policy. We've got to secure the border so that the bad guys do not get into our country. Second, we don't need to be spying on Americans, contravening our Fourth Amendment rights. We need to encourage American citizens. Report to the authorities. If you see, for example, bomb-making materials in a living room of your rental apartment, report to the authorities. And internationally, with respect to terrorism, we need to strangle them, starve them, cut off the money. We need to tell our so-called allies like Pakistan, like Saudi Arabia, like Turkey, stop giving money to terrorists. We know that Saudi Arabia funded most of the terrorists who killed almost 3,000 Americans on 9/11. We've got to tell these allies, and again, I differ with the incumbent Kelly Ayotte on her cozying up to these people who are hurting us.
Some people watching this morning and Republican voters think you're certainly going to the extreme with your criticism of Kelly Ayotte.
There's nothing extreme. These are serious broken promises, and this is what I'm hearing from grassroots Republicans.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. The way for any Republican to be successful, though, is to do so within a united party. The leader of that party is now Donald Trump. Are you behind him?
I endorsed him way back in February. I endorsed Donald Trump. I agree with him on exercising restraint in national security policy. I agree with him fundamentally on the need for borders around America. I agree with him greatly on his concerns that he's expressed.
Do you agree with him that Muslims should be banned on coming into the country?
I agree that people from countries known to harbor terrorists should not be allowed to come in the country. This is what Jimmy Carter did in the 1970s in Iran. We ought to do that same thing. And I agree with Donald Trump on his characterization of Washington being totally corrupt with K Street money. Okay? This is why Washington can't seem to do the people's work, because they're bought and paid for. So I'm giving voters a choice in September, on September 13th. Voters a choice between a Republican, me, who will vote for our core principles and values. We believe in secure borders, in an economy that works for the middle class. We believe in a national security policy. We believe in that keeps us safe. We believe in fiscal restraints so that our country does not go bankrupt.
You have already pledged that you won't mount a third-party run.
Correct.
But a lot of people are considering third-party runs. Obviously,
there will be a third. We all know this now. There's going to be a third-party run if I lose the primary, and I have trust.
But you'll get behind Kelly Ayotte if she beats.
I have, in my second day, when the first time the question was put to me, I will endorse the nominee of our party. I repudiate and do not sanction this third-party thing, but it's happening, and the reason it's happening is where we began this conversation. Grassroots Republicans, get out there and talk with them. They are frustrated and they feel betrayed, stabbed in the back by Kelly Ayotte because she broke her promises on amnesty, on secure borders, on keeping America secure. She broke her promise on being a fiscal conservative, and she's become a creature of Washington. People see this out there in New Hampshire.
I want to ask you about an issue that's in the news a lot lately, and that's the transgender bathroom bill. I asked the same question to Governor Hassan a moment ago. Do you believe that a student of public school should be able to use a bathroom of the gender they identify with rather than the gender they were born with?
This is yet another example of massive federal executive overreach, and school boards in our local communities can reach conclusions, as they will and as they're doing right here in New Hampshire, and make that decision. And so again, I got to show a contrast with Kelly Ayotte. She promised to be a conservative with respect to the Constitution, and then went ahead and voted for this law to allow HUD, this is the Housing and Urban Development, to control local zoning. She voted for the Every Student Succeeds Act, which for the first time in U.S. history forces states to bring their education plans to the U.S. Department of Education for approval. These things are unconstitutional. So this is all in, we need a Republican serving in the United States Senate, representing and connected to the people in New Hampshire, but who adheres to, believes, and cherishes our core values of constitutionally limited government.
We talk about limited government. Obviously, there is, as we've pointed to, a lot of frustration out there. Let's say Jim Rubin's in Washington. What's your first priority when you get down there?
We've got to secure the borders, and we got to keep America safe. That's number one, national security, and right up there with national security.
How do you shrink government? How do you prevent it?
We've got to go through the entire budget and take out pork. Okay, I gave an example in my press event middle of this week about Kelly Ayotte's vote for the F-35 bomber. Okay, $10.5 billion. That money is being stolen, taken away from readiness, meaning our forces given sufficient training and preparedness to fight wars. Okay, so we've got to go through the entire budget and strip out all the pork. And I know that the Washington money, the people who buy campaigns in Washington, who give out the millions of dollars, I know they like this pork. They like a complicated tax code. They like Washington overreach. But this has got to change. I'm providing voters an alternative on September 13th.
Well, best of luck to you moving forward, sir.
Thank you.
We'll have you back again soon.
Thank you.